I feel bad for Addison Rae because her mom and dad are just horrible. I don't know what it is, but every time a kid gets famous, their parents just turn into these clout hungry goblins and try to live through their children and chase this hopeless goal of becoming an influencer, a popular influencer themselves. It never works out well, and it always just ruins that family's relationship, much like it did in the case of Addison Rae here. Her mother and father are both chasing their separate influencer goals, and it just created this really sad and honestly very crazy story that I wanted to go over today. So I want to start with her dad. His name is Monty Lopez, and there's no nice way to put it. He's a sleazeball. There has been various reports of him going to these TikToker parties using his daughter's name to get in, and then reportedly, allegedly, touching and trying to get with these 19, 20-year-old girls. And the man is pushing 50. He's 44 years old, trying to live out his wildest fantasies of being a 20-year-old frat boy all over again. And his TikTok is just as weird. The stuff he's posting on there, there's a bit of a rivalry if you don't know the lore and the backstory around this family. Young Gravy has been trying to get with Addison Rae's mom, which I will get to later, and he doesn't take too kindly to that. Even though him and his wife are separated, he's just constantly posting about Young Gravy wanting to have a boxing match with this man. Which, if we're being honest, I think Young Gravy would demolish this guy because he's quite small and Young Gravy is like 6'7", so I don't think there's really a match to be had there. But this is the kind of TikToks he's been posting about the situation.
Can I get a
So now you might be starting to see why Addison Rae decided to cut ties with her family, because if your dad's out here posting cringe on Maine like this, you gotta get away as far as possible. I know if I woke up and see my dad was posting TikToks like this, I'd get a little stick, put a Walmart bag on it, throw all my belongings in it, and then throw it over my shoulder like a hobo and stick my thumb up while I'm walking down the highway and try to get a ride from a trucker. Because this is not good. This man, Monty Lopez, is so obsessed with Young Gravy stealing his woman that he has been posting non-stop about Young Gravy. Every other post, it seems like, is about Young Gravy. There's right here, Young Gravy post, Young Gravy post. I have another one pulled up here. If I ever see contract at Young Gravy, it's only a boxing match. It's just so obvious that this man would rather have TikTok clout than a family, because he's just constantly doing this stuff, driving a bigger wedge between his family with each upload that he posts on TikTok. It's absolutely crazy. This man is a straight up menace. I have no idea what he is doing or what his end goal is, but I guess instead of being a father, he's now a TikTok influencer, which isn't that everybody's end goal, really? And that's just a brief history of Addison Rae's dad. I didn't really want to get into the nitty gritty because there's a lot of stuff I could talk about. Once again, circling back to the allegations of all the TikTok parties he's been crashing. There's just some really weird stuff surrounding this dude. But I want to move on to her mom now, Sherry, which this just came out today. She has been spotted kissing Young Gravy at the VMAs. So yeah, Young Gravy finally got his hands on the MILF of Addison Rae and decided he wanted to take her to the VMAs and then kiss her in front of all the paparazzi. And not once, but twice actually, he kissed her. I don't know why the person recording that is screeching like they just seen Michael Jackson be reincarnated and start dancing on the stage. But that's not the only thing Young Gravy did with Addison Rae's mom, Sherry. He apparently in an interview called her the world's hottest MILF, which, it's Young Gravy. What else would you expect him to say? The dude lives and breathes MILF. Tongue twister! The dude lives and breathes MILF, so it's not really surprising to see him out here with Addison Rae's mom. I mean, it's not worth the hoopla that the cameraman's giving him for sure. Now, this obviously isn't groundbreaking news. It's not going to be the spawn of the Antichrist. This news isn't going to be world-shattering. It's not going to change how you live your life. I just thought it was kind of insane. This whole situation is goofy. Her parents are just trying to vicariously live through her to the point where they drove their whole family apart. And now they're all separate, doing their own things. And the parents just trying to be influencers is just, insanely cringy to watch this unfold in front of our very eyes. The dad is much more cringe, obviously, than the mom is, but I guess Dom Toretto was wrong. There are some things that are more important than family, and that seems to be TikTok clout and just being famous on social media in general. If it means losing your family, but you have those locks online, that's a win. That's a dub in my book. I just feel really bad for the family because it's not just Addison Rae. She has siblings who are also seeing their parents act like Neanderthals on TikTok, trying to chase this hopeless clout dream of being TikTok famous like their daughter is. And they're using their daughter's name to try to build up and like boost off their careers. And it's driven their family completely apart to the point where I don't believe any of them are living together right now, which is just sad. It's just a horrible situation. But I just wanted to talk about the worst parents on TikTok. The parents who decided to give it all up, give up the family, and chase a career on TikTok. I never thought I would say that sentence, but these two decided to leave that shitstorm behind them, crop dust their family and leave them all way behind them in the past while they pursue their newfound fame. That's just absolutely crazy. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.